Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Daniel Allison, the average dude. And when you see these two things and my mug, my face, it's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day, Fred Blanton. Good morning.
And squeezes.
Squeezing the hand with the left hand, got the mug in the right. That means I got my energy today. Got my energy back, Fred. What you think? Got the spec? No, these are. I don't have those back yet, folks. They soon, very soon. The normal average dude will be here. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Russ Hammond. Good morning, Fred Blanton.
You said you got your energy back. Did you lose some energy?
I felt a little off earlier this week, Fred. Okay. I did. Felt a little off.
But you were self-aware.
Yeah. Well,
realized what was happening.
This is what I want to talk about. I realized what was happening. We talk about it on this show. This is a mindset show. And for me, again, one of the reasons that I wanted to do this, it's so important for me, and I think a lot of folks, to get our minds right first thing in the morning, get our energy going, even when we're not feeling like it. I wasn't feeling like F3 this morning, but I went, and I'm glad I did.
Got you a good workout.
Got me a good workout.
Got the heart rate up, movement, stretching, clear your mind.
That's it. And we talked about it. You know, I've got some weights here. I've missed some F3 mornings because I said, well, I can just get up and I can do some curls. I can do some things here. But remember when me and you were talking the other day, I said, there's nothing like an F3 workout. Getting out there, you're running with other people. You're pushing a little hard. You're going to go harder with the group than you are by yourself.
Well, naturally, there's a little bit of competition. When you get a group of individuals together, somebody wants to win, whether it's distance, speed, how fast can I do 20 curls with a concrete block and run across the parking lot? And then there's an embarrassment factor. You also don't want to be last.
You don't want to be last. You do not want to be last.
You don't want to get called out by a peer.
No. And being around socially, being around other humans like we were at First Sip Live with DJ and Russ, that's a good positive thing. We get extra energy when we get around the team, when we get around other people. But I know you did a little something this morning too. It sounds like y'all played a little basketball.
I shot hoops, and the funny thing was when we were walking out of the gym, y'all boys were running by.
I love it. Hey, groups of men and women getting out different places, even here in Spartanburg, getting out, exercising, and it's a positive thing for people to do. So
you know what was awesome about my experience this morning?
What's that?
Is I had 2 6'5" on my team.
Oh, was Todd one of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Todd came down, and he, I guess, is at the Cultural Center here in Spartanburg. He's the executive director there. Been there since January, but he lived in Spartanburg. I didn't know any of this, and he was telling me about his story. And this was all this morning. And he said that he played at Spartanburg High School when you played at Boyne Springs High School, and y'all were both on the basketball team. Do you remember Todd from that?
Well, see, I've known Todd for a while, right? When you're in the basketball world, you try to find big, tall guys to play with.
Yeah. Well, he fits that. Well, you know, speaking of that and that group, so he said, I can't remember the guy's name, but he said that he played up in Charlotte with a similar type situation at a rec gym in the mornings. And there was a guy that played there. So now he doesn't live in Charlotte. He lives in Spartanburg. He shows up to the gym this morning, and who is there? The guy that he used to play with in Charlotte. He said he was shocked. Did you hear about that?
These guys chase some basketball.
Do they? I love that, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still hungry for the sport. So the fact that he drove 30 minutes to find a gym this morning, that's pretty intense. I like that. Good morning, Susmitha.
Susmitha.
We miss Susmitha around. She's busy, and we love it when she drops in. We're still getting our mind right every single day, and we're still doing. I love this one that I've got today. I'm excited to play this for you. Here it goes.
Quote of the day. Quote of the day.
What happened to the other one?
I don't.
You took too much heat.
No, man. I ain't scared of no heat. I'll play it right now. I'll show you how not scared I am. If I can find it. No, not going to be there. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where I did with it. But you know what's funny is you got the mobile video, which is of course the thinner
Yep.
frame, and so I have made that video for the thinner frame, so that's why I did that. But here we go. The quote of the day. There it is. Your truest art lies where your struggle meets your strength. Your truest art lies where your struggle meets your strength. So I'll tell you, I'm not sure exactly what that was intended by that. I'll tell you what I took from it. You look like you're
help me out here.
Yeah, your truest art lies where your struggle meets your strength. So that we're always looking for that thing that would be our most value to bring to the world, right? And so when we overcome ourselves, when we overcome ourselves, when we know where
we overcome ourselves, when we overcome ourselves. Okay.
Yeah. That's why you gotta love First Sip, folks. That's why you gotta love it. But overcoming yourself, that let's just say, in order to overcome ourselves, we have to. You want to help me? You want to help me, or you want to give me one more laugh? Come on now, give me one more laugh.
Oh,
Hey,
boy. Let's overcome ourselves real quick.
No, there's
Overcome ourselves.
There's one thing in your life that you need to
overcome yourself.
Overcome. There's one thing in your life that you need to overcome. There's resistance to something in your life that you need to overcome. When you overcome that thing, the strength that it requires to overcome that one thing that is your kryptonite, that is where your truest art lies.
Okay, so as you talked about overcoming yourself, and
overcoming yourself.
We have the struggle meeting your strength. That could be the point where, as a human, your creative side comes out. You're through it, which is the art reference, maybe like, oh, I'm gonna have to get creative here to get through this.
Well, it's a beautiful thing. Your struggle just met your strength. Exactly, Susmitha. I was struggling with how to communicate what was meant by that quote, but I can tell you it's a beautiful thing, because every great story, every great hero story, that you have that story of when things were tough, when times were down. I mean, you think about David Goggins, right? What is it that he gives to the world? He tells that story of how bad and tough and rough his life was, and he was spraying for bugs. And then one day he saw something. He said, "Man, that's not me." And he looked in the mirror and he said, "I have to overcome myself. I have to get into shape." And so that is his strength, and it's a beautiful thing, because that's what is attractive to the rest of the world. is the fact that he became a Navy SEAL, but he was an overweight, Twinkie eating pest control guy.
Yeah. Third shift.
And didn't have a good family life and had everything stacked up against him. But his truest art is that get hard. I mean, hey, we can't have that in our life every day, right? We don't want somebody like that all the time. But for us, what his truest art is, the thing that we want to see from him is that mentality. That's what, and that's true for all of us. We have something that we need to overcome. So
why would somebody like Jesse Itzler have David Goggins live with him for 30 days?
Same reason that we're doing this show, and that I think that it's a great combination. Accountability.
Exposure.
Yeah.
Accountability. Mindset. Oh my God, this guy's opening my eyes to things I never thought I could do.
That's right. Hey, and even think about this. As I was trying to say what that quote meant, and I was struggling, that never happens on any of the things like this. And my co-host was laughing at me. Susmitha was laughing, but we pushed through. And that is the biggest growth that I have seen from this particular project. And I've done several little things. That's a big deal, man. Like just trying to be and say things and communicate things the way that we naturally are, right? I mean, so
I wasn't laughing at you. I think I was laughing at the moment.
No. You and Sis, I'm going to say this. You and Susmitha were laughing at the end, and you know what? I love it. Okay, so let me say this. Takeaway resistance. We talk about it a lot. I got back into that book, The War of Art, because there's resistance to us doing our thing, and what that takes. I don't think we can ever overdo what it takes to identify what our resistance is on a daily basis. So we get up, we get our energy going. The first thing that we want to do. Resistance is the internal force. So identify the resistance. It's the internal force that prevents us from doing our creative work. It shows up as procrastination, self-doubt, fear, distractions, or from anything to get you to not start. Because once we start, things feel good. When I got out to F3, man, I started running. I started feeling pretty good. And that's how things are typically, right, Fred?
Yeah, well, we have to have the ability to move towards something, not knowing if it'll work or not.
Oh, absolutely. Start before you're ready. Here's another one. Turn pro takeaway. Turn pro. The takeaway from that, treat your creative work like a professional job in lieu of a casual hobby. Professionals commit to their craft with discipline and don't let their feelings dictate whether they work. Let's think about if you're in sales.
Yeah, let's think about sales, because when my sales changed and I hit a trajectory of growth, you know what my mindset switched to?
Right.
Was I didn't have a job. Sales is not a job. Sales is a lifestyle. And
Boom.
Once you accept that fact and you're in sales, here comes the growth.
Yes. In sales, mindset could not be. Attitude is the most important thing. Attitude and action in sales results in good things. And if you have a good attitude, you're going to be taking action. You will take more action. So those two things, they really play off of each other. But if you're in sales, watch First Sip, because I can tell you, once I started thinking about mindset and focusing on that, things get better. Show up every day. Consistency beats sporadic effort. Creativity or creative success comes from regularly putting in the work, not waiting for rare moments of brilliance. I call it putting a box on the calendar, right? We have to have something that we're looking forward to, something that is going to happen. Jumping out of the airplane. Once the box is on the calendar, we've got a date. Something's happening on that date. But it's an everyday thing. If you're going to make cold calls and you're going to make them in the morning, make it happen. Don't let
consistent.
Hey, so we're already at 15 minutes. Fred, it's Thursday. We're going into Friday tomorrow. What's your final thought for this Thursday?
For this Thursday, I don't think we could have any other final thought than overcome yourself today. Overcome yourself today. When we try to overcome ourselves, we will overcome ourselves.
Boom. Well said. Let's roll. See y'all. Bye-bye.